Thomas, we're live.
Are we, yeah?
Yeah, there's no one looking though.
No one's watching.
We're not that popular yet.
No.
We'll have a few thousand people.
No one knows you, that's right.
No, I didn't say they did.
No.
Look, we've gone live and there's Facebook's building our profile so that people know that we're live.
Are they?
Yeah.
So what's Facebook doing? Something now?
Apparently. It's telling everyone that NPK Live is live. About to record George's Marvellous Medicine.
George's Marvellous Medicine.
All about deficiencies and the products you can use to resolve those deficiencies. Rick, am I going to get you in it live? No.
No.
Let's not get the big bear in live. Right, we're going to end it there, but we'll start doing more live podcasts.
Are we? Really?
Yeah.
Why don't we just leave it on for the whole show?
Rick, can you sort this out so that we can... He did say at the beginning, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not holding this stick the whole time that we're doing a podcast.
Are you allowed to swear on fucking Facebook?
I think so.
Ha, fuck you.
Right. We're having some jostling while we're adjusting it. We're going to do this podcast live. There's still no one looking at us. Just a pair of fucking wombats. Look, there's one person there.
How do you know?
Because it says on the top there. Who's watching? We can see who's watching. Amanda Keegan joined. What's happening, Amanda?
Hello, Amanda. You've come into our show today.
Marty Hawkins has joined.
Oh, Marty's here as well.
Amanda says, hey, what's happening?
Yeah, hello.
That's good, I like it. Oh, one of your products is actually on George's Marvellous Medicine, so if you're not going to stay for the whole podcast live, then make sure you download it and spot which one of your Buddhistry product is going to be mentioned. So,
and what we're going to say about it, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out.
So, this is live. You can see all the fuck-ups that we make.
Yeah.
Gary Cooper's just joined. What's happening, Gary?
Yes, Gary, what's going on, mate? You okay?
Just eating lunch. Amanda's just eating her lunch. That's what we should be doing. You're working too hard.
I've got something else.
Andrew's joined. What's happening, Andrew from Bloom? Harry Middleton. Yes, Harry.
Yes.
Hey, he's getting a bit of a party going on now, isn't it? Look, let's crack on with the podcast anyway. If you just want to stay, you're more than welcome to stay. If you're busy and you find us boring, you got to go. But this will be up in a bit and you can listen to the podcast.
I'll sit up.
Have you started recording yet? Ah, so that's good. I like it. What an intro. Right.
So for those of you who didn't hear before, this is our podcast with myself, Thomas.
Yeah, myself, Stephen.
And today we have got George's Marvellous Medicine. Bit of an interesting title. The reason for it is because I gave this title. The title is because of, within hydro stores and hydro companies, there is 1,000,001 different mad coloured bottles. And the key is to use every single bottle on the shelf. No.
And what's everyone saying? Amanda Keegan saying big trophies. And Andrew said, how you doing? We're doing good. How are you doing? Come and see you soon for a cup of tea, Andrew. Right. We'll start off with nitrogen deficiency. Okay. So, a yellowing of leaves that starts at the bottom of the plant because nitrogen is not a mobile nutrient. So, the deficiencies are going to occur in the older leaves first and you're going to see them gradually moving up towards the top of the plant. What is the Marvellous Medicine? So, with nitrogen, it's a little bit weird because people can get confused with nitrogen and overwatering. So when you overwater and you saturate your plants, there's not enough oxygen in the root zone. The bottom of the leaf starts yellow and can start to look like a nitrogen deficiency.
Yeah.
So those people then...
Common problem.
They'll go and get themselves mono-nitrogen or some sort of nitrogen fixer and put it into the plants, watering the plants again.
Yeah.
Makes the problem worse.
Yeah.
And then they come in the shop and like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got a nitrogen deficiency. It's just not going. I've added extra nitrogen.
Because the problem is you need to know why you got the nitrogen deficiency. So you don't just think, oh, shit, let's run down the shop and get a load of nitrogen and just bang it in and ignore the problem anyway. What caused the nitrogen deficiency? You need to think, shit, let's look at why I got this nitrogen deficiency. Stop doing whatever the fuck that was and then add some nitrogen. That sounds about right.
It does.
Top tips for people who get nitrogen deficiency. People who use AutoPot. AutoPot, brilliant system. But what they've got to understand is plants have cycles. I've gone on about this plenty of times. And you need to address the plant's life cycle, how old the plant is, with how much water, nutrition and whatever it needs. So if you start overloading it with loads of water in the beginning, you end up with a nitrogen deficiency because you lock out the oxygen within the plant becomes yellow, pythiumed, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. You need to resolve the problem first before you put in your magic medicine.
And the magic medicine is really, it's quite simple for nitrogen. Just increase your EC of your base nutrients a little bit, because what people tend to do is that they get really scared of over-fertilising the plants and burning the plants. So they go the complete opposite and under-fertilise the plants, giving that a really low EC. So therefore, nitrogen in a vegetative plant is going to occur quicker. So make sure that your EC's around the good levels. Just a quick shout out, Teresa. Hello, Christopher. You've just joined.
Teresa
What's going
Green?
on? Yeah.
Teresa
No.
Green?
Teresa Nelson. We all know Teresa Green.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Big
Teresa
shout
Green.
out to Teresa Green as well.
She's very well known, but Teresa Nelson's watching us now. And Christopher, good old CANNA Chris.
Oh, CANNA Chris.
What's going on?
Even though he's not CANNA Chris.
He's not CANNA Chris anymore.
He's Chris though.
He's Chris.
Which is...
He's Drone Chris now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can send all your messages and... Teresa says, fuck off, T. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I like. People just telling me how it is.
Yeah, and look, you're getting live feedback.
They're going to start putting comments up that I won't be able to read.
Yeah, they're still private. But this is George's Marvellous Medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the people just listening to this podcast are going to find it a little bit strange, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, for the people...
yeah, just so you know, the reason why who George is the guy who hasn't got a clue and just puts everything in. Yeah. So you want to stay away from George and his Marvellous Medicine. You want to listen to the NPK's shout on George's Marvellous Medicine. That's the whole point in this podcast.
Yeah. And if you're a little bit confused by the people that we're giving shout-outs to, then you need to go onto the Facebook group, newly launched group, NPK Live, and you can watch the video and you can watch us doing a podcast live. So, hello to you guys.
Right, next one, calcium deficiency.
Well, hang on. George, sometimes he's got some good medicine in his cabinet, though. And for nitrogen deficiency, he's got CX Hydroponics' Mighty Growth Enhancer.
Okay.
So that's a calcium nitrate. It's made up of ammonical nitrate and nitrogen. Slow release and fast release nitrogen.
Well, you know what I'm a fan of is that's always in my medicine cupboard anyway.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
That's the second half of the podcast.
Okay.
I can read your mind.
Okay. We'll save that.
Okay. I know what you're going to say and I'll remember it.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul HID. What's happening, Paul? Good to have you here, buddy. Right. Calcium deficiency. Okay. What does it look like? Yellow brown spots with like a brown outline. And the grown points tend to die and the younger leaves are affected because calcium is an immobile nutrient.
This is an easy one.
Yeah.
You just give them a glass of milk.
Calcium, yeah.
Build up.
Yeah.
That's
Standard.
what my mum gave me to get me big and strong glass of milk.
Are you a plant?
No, so it's something different then.
A little bit different.
Well. Crack on.
Well, there's two different medicines for veg and for in flower. So it's a back to the CX's Mighty Growth Enhancer because it's got calcium in it, calcium nitrate. You can use that to help with any calcium deficiencies that you've got. But if you're in flower, then you don't really want to add that extra nitrogen, which is the Mighty Growth. What you would do is add a CalMag. So that's going to sort out your calcium deficiencies and also maybe help along with some magnesium deficiencies.
So that's calcium and magnesium together, isn't it?
Yeah, and calcium and magnesium supplements, I'm not going to name any specific brand because they're pretty generic. It's calcium, it's magnesium, they'll all help. And I've written something down here that I had a little look up, and it was when it's in flower. I forgot to say this actually. You get calcium deficiencies, you tend to get them when you're in flowering because you're PKing, and PK, phosphorus and potassium, tend to act antagonistically with calcium.
Ooh,
so if you're adding high PK, I know it's a good word, isn't it?
Very good.
If you're adding high PK, it can sort of block out calcium and at times magnesium as well. In severe cases, you can foliar spray with a calcium nitrate solution and 1 ml into 1 litre of water. Spray it on when the lights are off. Hopefully, deficiency solved. Haughty Chris! What's going on, Haughty Chris? This is my man from fucking Cali, who does the other radio show, Heavy Teas Grow Show.
Heavy Teas Grow Show. Big
shout out to
Heavy
Haughty
Teas
Chris.
Grow Show. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. What's happening? So that's calcium, and it's the deficiencies. So the first two, nitrogen and calcium, really great products to have in your medicine cabinet, is CX Hydroponics Mighty Growth Enhancer. Just a great product. 1 ml per litre, tends to be £20 in the UK, RRP. And Michelle has just joined as well. Get back to looking after the little fella.
Yeah.
Don't be watching my podcast.
He's working.
Go away.
This is
You're
what he does.
putting me off now. Magnesium deficiency. So what you're going to see is rusty brown spots on for magnesium deficiency with like small veins. You'll see them really a lot smaller than you tend to get, and the older leaves are going to eventually die. Yeah, the intervenal, like chlorosis and that. Older leaves are going to die as well because this is a mobile nutrient. Magnesium's mobile. It can move around to where deficiencies are needed. What's the Marvellous medicine now? So, like we said for calcium, you tend to see magnesium during the flowering stages because, again, when you're adding high PK, it can block out magnesium. So a CalMag additive can work.
Epsom salts and magnesium sulfate.
Really cheap, really. Who's giving us loads of love there? Oh, Jay Fox has just joined the group.
Hello,
Foxy in the morning.
What's that he's doing there?
He's just liking and hearting and shocking and just doing all kinds.
Big shout out to Foxy.
Gary Cooper checking up on you. Yes, she is. She needs to not check up on me because it's put me off.
There he is there, Stephen, under the thumb. Well, in Michelle, the boss. Michelle, the boss, is watching.
Michelle is the boss, yeah.
I think all the women are the boss, aren't they?
They are. Just be very careful what you say, and she's watching.
Got him.
The cheap option now, if you're stuck, like Thomas said, is Epsom salts. Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate, so you can spray it on. You know what? This live feed's like, it's great. I'm looking at all the comments. Good morning to you as well, Jay Fox.
I'd love to be able to read the comments. I've got my sunglasses though, and not my reading glasses, so I can't see them.
I'll read them all out to you.
Sorry.
I can just about see them. Bigger balls than me, my missus. Weather today. What's the weather today? It's pretty humid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that cloudy fog, but dead sunny behind it.
It's quite warm as well isn't it? So that's that question answered. Double trouble indeed. Iron deficiency. Okay, so iron deficiency is a really noticeable yellowing of the younger leaves.
Yeah. And
it slowly progresses down the plant. If left, your flowering plant can become stunted and just generally a pretty sad plant. Here's the bummer. It's chelated iron. Chelated iron with EDTA tends not to be very good at resolving deficiencies. So we're going to do a little bit of a shout out to Nano.
Yeah, Nano.
Because our iron, and again, we're not going to harp on too much about it. This is for a future episode. But our iron is chelated with an amino acid, meaning that the plant can take up the iron really well. It's readily available. So any deficiencies are solved pretty quickly. And it goes above and beyond. It's not just solving the deficiency. It's empowering the plant to perform at 100%.
One thing I want to say is for the people who are maybe a bit like me and are thinking, what are they talking about? I've forgotten. What was he saying about yellow and spots and lines and leaves? And he was talking about something there. There was something in that category that I'm sure I tick a box on. Well, if you don't know and you are stuck, pop into the store and we have a nice colourful leaflet pamphlet that opens out and basically shows you each one of the deficiencies, what the plant will look like. So basically you can just pick it up and look at your plant and go, okay, so it looks like that, or it looks like this is what I need to do. And it just helps you in your tools, in your thing in your toolbox, what you should have, just to help you figure out what is up with the plant, or if the plant's looking healthy or not.
Sounds good. We've mentioned 4 common deficiencies there: nitrogen, magnesium, calcium and iron. They're 4 deficiencies that people tend to get quite often if you're not on the ball as a grower or as a cultivator. There's other deficiencies. You can have phosphorus, potassium, boron, molybdenum, all of the essential elements that a plant requires. There's 17 of them. The reason that we're not going to go into depth on resolving those deficiencies is because those deficiencies can arise because of a problem with your environment.
That you have caused, i.e. you as the grower.
Yeah. A nitrogen deficiency that goes on for a long amount of time can then have a knock-on effect and cause other deficiencies. Overwatering, too hot, too cold, pH imbalance can cause nutrient lockout. So if you're having a deficiency of one of the small macronutrients, my advice would probably go check your pH, because that's where the majority of imbalances are going to come from. But we're not going to go into in-depth on all those, because we'll probably be here for about 2 hours trying to diagnose your plant. But that's what you need to become, a diagnostician. That's my new word.
Diagnostician?
Yeah, that's my new word for it.
Okay, that sounds cool. Hashtag diagnostician.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I'll have to look how to spell it first.
I know I will as well. So before we move on to George's Marvellous Medicine and what's in his cabinet and what we think everybody should have in their cabinet as a fail-safe, I'm going to have a bit of a half-time break and I'll have a bit of a chat. And I wanted to talk about, we can put this down now, actually I've got some figures. You don't know I'm going to talk about this. Your opinion on the Great British Bake Off. Now, bear with me. Don't just sign off because you think we're about to start chatting shit. There's a point to it.
Hold on.
Go on.
What's the Great British Bake Off?
It's where Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood get loads of people and they bake stuff and they taste it and then they judge it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know you're getting somewhere with this. Go on, carry on.
So, Master Chef of Cake. Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
I like cake.
Okay. So, that was a programme, and it's a very British programme for all of the US and Canada, Australia, and everyone else that doesn't really follow British TV. It's a big programme on British television, and it was nurtured by BBC One. It's recently been bought by Channel 4 for 25 million. Now, BBC One gave the Great British Bake Off $7.5 million a year, and then there was in negotiations, and then they said, okay, we're going to give you 15 million. And the Great British Bake Off and the people who own that show said, no, we want more, we want 25 million. Channel 4 comes in and says, there's 25 million, and the Great British Bake Off fucks off and goes and jumps ship. And it just made me think, the BBC One, now I'm not going to get into television licensing and I'm paying for all that shit, but the BBC One nurtured this programme, the Great British Bake Off, and brought it to what it is today. And then the company that owns that programme have seen the money and jumped ship to Channel 4 and has just sort of fucked off and left BBC One a bit like, oh, that's a bit shit. And it sort of made me think about our industry and that people that make new products and innovate and work hard on bringing new products up, and then maybe somebody comes in with the big money and whips it off them. Now, my questions are, where's the loyalty anymore today? Does money speak the ultimate language? Does it surpass loyalty and values? And I think it's sad, because the people are going to become wary about investing time and money and energy into new products, because they might just start to think to themselves, well, as soon as somebody comes and offers them a load of money, they're going to fuck off and go towards the money.
But then I suppose that all goes down to the people who do what they do and their personal ethos in what they do and how they do it, do you know what I mean? Because that wouldn't happen to us. If somebody said tomorrow, State, you and T, we're going to give you 25 mil so we can have your podcast gear. We're going to say, fuck off, aren't we?
Are we? It's not what shit we're live, we can't edit this shit out. Yeah, we're going to say fuck off.
Yeah.
Right there, let me just get something's popped up on the camera. Done. Okay, let me read the questions while I'm here.
Yeah, read some.
Jay Fox is going to catch us later because he's on the road. Gary said, you know what it is, Thomas, don't hide it. But that was about something you said earlier and I've forgotten. And Chris Henry says, what about the moon though?
Oh, he's at it again with these. So that's Chris Henry, was Ultrabeat, Scrap Ultrabeat. Yesteryears I'm on a Chris lad. It's Chris.
And his new stuff that he doesn't want us to talk about. What
was his new stuff that he doesn't want us to talk about?
Chris, tell us if we can tell people your new name of your band.
It's not a band, he's not.
He's a band, he's a boy band.
Yeah, Chris Henry started the boy band.
The Bake Off. Ah, okay. So you know what it is, Thomas. Don't hide it. Oh, yeah, he said, you fucking watch the Bake Off every week.
Yeah,
you sit your child to the card.
I've never watched the Bake Off.
You definitely watch.
It's the only Bake Off I've ever done, mate. You know the baking I've been, mate, with chocolate brownies with extra additives.
Oh, the good additives. The medicinal additives.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about? We can't say. What? Lavender, yeah.
Cherry pie.
So, that's it. I was a bit sad about the British Bake Off because it made me think about our industry and I thought, do people just chase the money? And it sort of leads into...
Sounds like a crap programme, thank fuck they got rid of it.
Well, they're not happy, they wanted it. The British Bake Off.
The moral of the story is, though, that we constantly look at companies that who are loyal to what they believe in, and whether they bring out a product or they retail because they have a passion for it and they enjoy doing what they do, and their reputation as what they do is their main priority. Like ourselves, we're more interested in our reputation as a genuine store that researches and looks into products on your behalf, but we bloody love it. We are the nosiest bastards ever, and we want to know about every product, and is it really what it is, and does it do what it does, or are they chatting a load of crap? So the sales figures, and we do the background research. You know, Steve gets out his big long Mac, his newspaper with the hole cut in the middle, his glasses like mine, a little moustache. Do you know what I mean? He waxes off his beard for a bit. No, puts one of them rubber things that you put on your head as if you're bald, he put on his chin. And then he sneaks around like that, spying on everyone. Yeah. Seeing whether the LED light really does work. And that's what we do.
With a sneaky palm eater underneath my newspaper.
Yeah.
So, the next thing I wanted to have a talk about, the big in the news today, is what's happening, Jonathan Faulkner? Yes, what's happening?
Yes,
and
hello, Jonathan.
Diane Perry, she's doing a biochemistry degree. Very intelligent person.
Ooh, well, I best
we need to look sharp. Don't say anything out of order because she'll pick us up on it.
Well, today's podcast is going to be very intelligent. I'm only messing.
Whoa, Jason Ralphs. I was waiting for Jason to come. I knew he'd find us. I knew he'd come and have a little nose at what we're up to on our live feed.
I know, because they probably all got like a stream going on. Get on these two idiots. Look.
Look what secret commenting. Aye, fucking look at the two bellends. As if we didn't have enough fucking listening to them. Now we've got to fucking watch them.
Go on. So what was your other point anyway? Well, we've went off point.
Bayer have just bought Monsanto for $66 billion, and it sort of just led off onto me. Next point is that people just chase the money, and what sort of impact will it create? I've said there, I've quoted somebody. If the deal closes, it will create a company commanding more than a quarter of the combined world market for seeds and pesticides in the fast consolidating farm supplies industry. That's scary. More than a quarter of the seeds and the agriculture industry, they're going to own it. It's Bayer and it's Monsanto into one company.
They own a lot of things, though, don't they?
It's potentially scary times.
And petrified.
We can't. That's it, really. Bayer have bought. We just thought we'd come with the news that Bayer have bought Monsanto, and what does that mean? We want to see your comments because you can comment live now. What does that mean? And we've got Eric. What's happening, Eric? Good to have you on here.
So what time is it for them, for Eric and that?
I don't know. Eric, tell us what time
is it?
Jason said, "Are you going skiing?"
You never know, Jason. Hey, Jason. Here's one for you. You know us Scousers, how we roll, yeah. Here's one I prepared earlier for you. Let me just take me shit off. 1 second. Mind the hairdo.
This live feed could have been a bad idea. What did Eric say anyway? Oh, listening. Yeah.
I've got my ski mask ready. Like, is that good enough for you, Jason? Hey, does that answer your question?
So if anybody's wondering, this is what happens if anyone asks for a discount at NPK.
And is there any snow left in Wales right now to go skiing?
Fuck, there could be tomorrow, knowing our weather.
Who knows?
So, are we going to talk about the music video dead quickly? Or is that top secret?
We can talk about the upgrade of the studio for the podcast and what we've been doing.
I don't know if we can show you, but...
Okay, let's give them an insight. Right, what we have been up to since we've been doing podcast. And us two Wallies have been chat on this internet. Everyone's been loving it. God knows why. We've even had another visitor who popped down to see us all the way from far away.
Yeah, the other side of the country.
Other side of the country.
Code name. What was
People
his code
are sending
name?
us emails left, right, all the time. And now all of yous are making it even worse because you're all logging in to watch it. So you're just making this into a disease. So with that disease, then comes the spread. So let's show them what you are creating. Now we are building, nearly completed a sound booth for the NPK studio. Boom. Look this way.
Rick, you're going to have to sort this out.
Rick's going to have to do something.
Turn the camera the opposite way around on the button and go and show them the new booth that's being made. Eric said it's 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, so are we linked into that through that?
No, they can probably not hear us that well anymore. Don't show the mess on the table. Keep it on eye level. Aye, we haven't done our spring clean yet.
So
Chris says, good show, lads. Thank you very much, Chris.
So that's a basic.
It's halfway there, isn't it?
Halfway there, we're getting there. We're just fitting the air conditioning and stuff, all the soundproofing. The foam will be coming in because we've also been working with a lot of up-and-coming artists. Big shout-out to A-Star, who's on Giggs' new album, Landlord. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
And Dalil. With Mike Lowry. He's going to be touring with Justin Bieber. So there's some of our Liverpool lads.
Yeah, that will be recording in our studio with us. So watch out for this stuff. I think on the next podcast, I might even bring them down to say hi.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Also, some of our artists are performing at the Radio 1 extra event at Liverpool Echo Arena. So, as usual, we will be there.
Okay. So this next part of the podcast was on my phone because I went round the shop this morning and I took all the pictures of the products that I thought made good medicine and that you should have in your cabinet. But my phone is over there and you're all watching me through my phone. So I'm going to have to do this off the top of my head.
There you
go.
My favourite product, your phone's doing something. Look, press that button. Low battery. 20 batteries left.
Fucking iPhones.
Yeah, shit. I mean, brilliant. Sorry.
Your product. You said that there was a product and I went, wait, stop.
My product. They changed the packaging, which pissed me off.
Because the old packaging was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was perfect because the packaging said what it was to me. It still fucking is the same product, but I like the old packaging because this product is revived by Advanced Nutrients.
Yeah, I knew that'd be the product.
I recommend it to every single grower. They should, you know, your medicine cabinet in your house, it's full of shite. But it's only shite because you're not sick at that present moment in time. As soon as you have a sore throat or
a bad tooth,
anything, you leg it to that medicine cabinet, you rifle round in, and off you go. You are on the road to healing. Now, Revive is a product that you should always have in your medicine grow cabinet. So, when your plants get sick, Revive would be one of the bottles that would fit in there nicely. And
then we used to recommend Revive for sort of a lot of different problems because it helped relieve stress in the plants, but it had a good source of nitrogen, so it was really good for the vegetative stages, stressful vegetative stage. But there's a new product out, and this is Revive by Advanced Nutrients. A litre of it costs you around £25.
25 quid.
Yeah, you can use between 2 to 4 mil, and it is a very good product. One of the few from them. Yeah, branded up, and we won't go into that. But the second product is by Botanicare, and their product that I really like is called Liquid Calmer, and it's similar to Revive, but it's better to be used in the flowering period. I haven't used it. You've used it, haven't you? I haven't used it, so I don't know, to be honest with you. That's what we would recommend for the flowering period. It just helps. It increases microbial activity, relieves plant stress. It does quite a bit. So if you've snapped a stem, it's been too hot, too cold, you've overwatered, underwatered, try out the Botanicare's Liquid Calmer, because it's a good product that works. Right, trying to scan the shop now. We're going to... Okay, so I said to Amanda before, we're going to do a shout-out for Buddy's Tree, because your product that we're going to give a shout-out to... Your product? Is it good? Is it bad? Well, it's in the medicine cabinet, so it must be good. Yeah. Is the Solar Green Power. Okay. It's a little bit of a cheeky one, because it shouldn't be a medicine cabinet product. It should just be a product that you use all the time. And the reason I've half included it is because it can, with their silicon, it can reduce stress, heat stress, cold stress, but it makes it part of the Marvellous medicine. Yeah. Because it will therefore give you a resolution to a problem. Yeah. Yeah. So you should really be using it all the way through. Big green heart from Amanda, but you should really use it all the way through. It's not technically a medicine. Their silicone product is going to stop you from going to your medicine cabinet too often. That's what it'll do. So that's their Solar Green Power, and that's the one I like. So shout out to them. Next product, I'm trying to think now. If Andrew's still with us, the Balloon do a product called Ultra. Again, You keep it in your medicine cabinet, but you could use it all the time. The reason you'd have it in your medicine cabinet is because Bloom Ultra can help stop stretching. You know, in those first 2 to 3 weeks of flowering, when you're changing your light cycle, temperatures can go up and down, and the plants can stretch, and it's not a good thing. Bloom Ultra, we've used it, we've tested it, worked really well, can really help prevent stretching.
You know what else as well that you should have in your medicine cabinet, but it's not actually a medicine, it's sticky traps. It's something that I always harp on about, but it's also a key founder in all of this scenario, because I know we're talking about deficiencies and that, but we also coincides with pest and disease latch on to deficient plants because they're, I was going to say force field, but it's not. It's what? It's
aura.
Shield. Their shield around their plants not working, basically, because the plant's sick, unwell, so it's unable to defend itself as good. So then pest and disease open itself up to it, bang, and off they go and start attacking. So
and sticky traps.
Sticky traps. Not only do they help you get rid of the pest or whatever, they stick to the things, and it reduces the amount that they breed and whatnot. It also just helps you monitor what on earth's going on in there, because you can look at the flow and the rate of how many pests or what pest it is and stuff like that, and you can see
if it's a big
problem
or a small problem,
especially if you've got deficient plants as well. So it coincides, sort of thing.
So if it's a small problem, you might be able to get away with using some organic and natural preventative measures or cures.
Neem oil's a good one.
Peppermint oil
for ants.
Yeah. When we did our question time,
what was that code name again?
Look what he's done. He's put it up on the big screen.
I just hate looking at myself. I just don't look. So.
Sorry, Rick, the mad editor, has put us up on our big screen, so now we can see ourselves in 2 different locations, which is a bit strange. Sticky traps, good one. Yeah.
It's not a marvellous medicine, but it's something I just wanted to add there, because if you haven't got it, you're slacking and you're behind the time. You're just behind on your whole CSI of your whole grow room and your grow life. Yeah. You need to be CSI.
Next product that you would use, CANNA Cure. Not technically a medicine, but it's like the soil green powder. It's going to help you. It's going to prevent you from going to that medicine cabinet too often, isn't it? And then,
prevention's always better than cure.
Top tip: if you take anything away from this podcast, it's prevention's better than cure. And
boom,
what you should have is your cabinet there ready just in case. But prevention's better than cure. And hello, HID Andy, thank you for joining the party. Nice to see you. The SK600 is on test right now.
We'll be doing let's mention that, because we don't do shout outs for like money or whatever. We don't care, whatever. But is that what's sitting in the shop the other day?
Yeah.
What we've got now?
Well, it's on test now. It's out the shop now.
Yeah. No, what was the one that you stuck on underneath me face and blinded me the other day?
Well, that's the mother's little helper.
I'm interested in. Basically, HID popped down the other day, didn't he? And he dropped off some goodies.
Yeah.
We love goodies. You know we do. We love to kick off over it, and we love to test the arse out of it, and we do, vigorously. We don't mess about. They dropped off some stuff to Stephen. I didn't see it all. I walked in, half-ended into it. Stephen's still got to inform me of what is and what's not. But I know that you've already sent it out, haven't you?
Yeah.
But you showed me the
mother's little helper.
Yeah.
The 100 watt LED, and it's bright as
it's like it looks like a lampshade, black, but it's got that same look as Spectrum King. Is it part of Spectrum?
It's part of Spectrum King's
okay,
range,
so that's how they
They've
carried
all got
on.
The same theme.
It looks slick, it looks nice. He put it on the other day and it blinded me. That's all I know about it so far. It looks good, and watch out, but we'll keep you updated with all of that standard.
Prevention is always better than the cure. Agreed. Thank you, Anne. Oh yeah, I can see it up there. That's the way I did it. He's on the ball, this Rick, isn't he?
Even
I knew there's a reason that he does this with us. He's on the ball. Good. I like that for the future. Hydrotops, back to Gavita.
Yeah.
If you want to, again, it's not really a cure, but it can help. It can help cure it,
because it's crafty in what it does.
Yeah.
With the spider mites.
Yeah, and the Pythium. It's a little bam bam.
Go on.
1 2 1 2.
Go on.
So the first little left jab, it outcompetes the Pythium bacteria, and so prevents or helps prevent the plant becoming Pythiumized. I've just made up that word as well.
It goes with the flow.
Goes with the flow with it.
You know, if you need to phone us and say, what's that mean?
We'll give you our little scouse
Go
dictionary.
to somebody else's channel.
What are all these? Keep the good work going, lads. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, Tony.
That's Hydro Harvest in...
He's smashing its head in, so all you shops around Tony's shop, watch out, he's the main man, Arto.
Whereabouts is it? By Chester?
Chester.
I'm sure Tony's going to put on our comments. Andrew Rowe, hey guys, #hotplot_chili.
Yeah.
Give Andrew a follow, because if you're into your chilies, yes, he's got some good ones to show you, and some hot ones as well.
And some hot ones to taste.
Bactivata, okay, so Bactivata helps prevent Pythium by outcompeting the Pythium bacteria, or the Pythium
Tell
fungus.
them the funny part that I like, what it does to the brains of the guys who want to eat
you're on about the spider mites now, aren't you? Those nasty
Listen
little
to this is funny.
So the Bactivata changes the colour of the chlorophyll to the eyes of the spider mite.
Not literally, just deceives them, doesn't it?
Yeah. So when the spider mite potentially lands on your plant, they don't recognise your plant as food, because the chlorophyll is the food. They don't recognise it, so they can land and they can have a little mooch around, and then they bugger off. Then they just
walk around in circles, don't they?
Confused.
Yeah, confused.
I think I'm on a plant.
Well,
it smells like I'm on a plant.
I got dropped off. I've just spoke to the taxi driver. He said,
Drop me off
at that plant there on the left. So the taxi pulls up. I gets out. And when I gets out, I don't know where I am.
He said I'm on a plant, but it doesn't look like a fucking plant to me. It just looks like some weird grey thing. So
that, I'm getting away from here, and off they go.
Chester on lockdown, indeed it is. Indeed it is. And HID Andy, Pythium eyes now added to Hydro Dictionary. Good.
NPK's Hydro Dictionary, Scout style.
So that's Bactivata, brilliant product. You can add it on top of anything and everything. So make sure that you have a little look into that if you're interested. Next products, I'm sure there's some more.
Something else. Tell us something secret, something
top secret. Okay, not top secret, but I just remembered one of the next products is Dutch Pros Keep It Clean. If you are in something like AutoPots and you have decided that you want to use organic nutrients, which it's a little bit testy in them small tubes, you would want to use Keep It Clean. Even if you don't use organics and you're just running normal nutrients, Keep It Clean will make sure 100% that those small 6mm lines do not get blocked up. So that's the next medicine. If you think that your lines are getting blocked up, you need to go and get your medicine cabinet out.
Well, to be honest, if you've got a system, I'll just say this anyway, if you've got a system, or your AutoPot, DWC, IW, anything like that, at the end of every cycle, get some Keep It Clean and run it through and clean everything and keep it clean.
It's simple, isn't it?
For a 10 or 15 quid or something stupid like that. Or go and buy all brand new parts for your system because you've left it for 3 cycles and now just welded in like shit.
Yeah, because you were a bit of a scruff and you didn't change your lines after each go.
CUs, yeah. Oh my God.
Come on, it's £1 a metre for 6mm line. Get down to your grow shop and just go and buy some new 6mm line.
And I'm not saying that so you'd have to come to our shop. Half of you people I'm talking to are not even in our city. I'm just telling you to make sure you get the right shit from your shop. If you can't come to... Obviously, I want you to come to our shop. Even if you are across the world, I expect you to get a plane here and come to our shop, obviously. But, really, you know, if your shops aren't telling you this stuff and they're just charging you to buy more line and everything else, which it's not fair, really. I don't suggest that because especially when you've set up your system, you're set, you know, you're happy. You don't want to start stripping it all down and cutting new components and doing all this and doing all that and spending more dough when you don't need to. I'd rather our customer, you know what I'm like today, I'd rather you come back and buy a different piece of kit that's more essential to your toolbox rather than just wasting your time and having you going round in circles because that just annoys you as a grower. Do you know what I mean? You want to make your life easy. To a point that where you're sitting there in your grow room and everything's a centimetre away from your fingers.
Or are you the BFG?
Like Mr. Miyagi. Yeah. And that's it, you're done, whole grow's done. Yeah. We want to make it that easy for you.
Do you know what annoys
still
me?
Enjoyable.
Like, you should be using Keep It Clean and running, keeping your lines clean. What annoys me is when people who are using the small pipe systems like AutoPot and then they blame the system.
Yeah.
Because it's gone wrong. No, you just haven't looked after your system properly.
Well, all bad growers blame the systems, like all bad... What's that other it's saying? Something about your tools.
A bad workman blames his tools.
There you go. So if you're a shit grower, you're going to blame your system.
And blame your tools.
Yeah.
Don't blame your tools, because there should be good tools.
If you bought them off us, they're the best tools.
In the world.
Ever.
What other products I think we've got? Oh, yeah. Plant Magic's Evolution Spray. Now, we will say...
That is a very good product. I've used it personally.
Use it, obviously, when the lights are off.
Used
in
it
the
for a
vegetative
long
period.
time as well. I've used it since we come in. To be honest, before we come into the industry, and I didn't have a shop, I didn't know about the product. I don't know if how old it is, that product, to be honest with you, so I can't really say. But when I come into the industry, it was a product that landed in the shop very early. I think we got given some of it, and I thought, bloody hell, I'm going to use that. And it works, it's a good product.
And the reason it's on George's Marvellous Medicine is because if you do have a deficiency that you're not quite sure of, and you haven't overwatered your plant, then... Listen, what's happening, Dan Bauer? What's happening, Andy Shaw here? Big shout out to you too. Yeah, using the Plant Magic spray will combat a lot of deficiencies if you're not too sure on what they are. I think I've gone through.
Didn't we have any other secret products that was got a new product that was coming out? I'm sure you told me something the other day and I can't remember what it is.
For deficiencies or
no, just the secret product I wanted to tell all the listeners about. New thing.
New thing.
Yeah.
Nano new thing.
Tell them that if you want.
Nano new thing.
Yeah.
Nano iron.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna rabbit on about it too much. You told me that we're gonna dedicate a podcast to it, and you're gonna let me go off on a science off.
Swerve it. We haven't got enough time, so we're gonna skip that one.
Okay.
Plus, we are running out of time.
It's 10-2.
It's 10-2.
All you busy people.
Thank you for listening.
Oh, Gary said, what would you use for thrip?
Oh, fucking hell, Gary. There you are again, aren't you, mate? These awkward questions.
Dead quickly, I would go natural, and if you cut strips of aluminium paper and put them onto your pots, the light bounces off the aluminium, confuses the thrips, and then they fuck off, basically.
I cry. This is a drama. Do you know what I do, bro? See,
tinfoil, yeah.
Listen.
Aluminium paper, same
don't
thing.
Listen to him as tinfoil, mate. Fucking bacon.
I wrap it round my head sometimes.
Yeah, do your highlights with it. Listen, you want
Andrew said a Johnny.
Nah, you know what I do, bro? Serious, yeah. Is you're going to use something systemic and contact at the same time. You need to get rid of all of it because it becomes a pain in the ass, and you need to stay on it active. You can't just crack on once and think, yeah, that's done, because it's not, because they will come back and they just start munching and munching and munching and munching and munching. See these, lad, yeah, these piss me off, major, proper piss me off.
You'll be on them because they leave what looks like a snail trail.
What they're doing is sticking the little pincers in and eating the chloroplast, the colour green. That's what they're chewing. Mining it out of your leaf, and every time that they're doing that, they're just killing the cell structure of the leaf, which is your solar panel, yeah, which, as you know, it's just diminishing your plant. The leaf starts going crispy, cracks, and just start dropping. You know what I mean? So you need to be on it straight away. Don't be letting this shit fucking carry on.
Get on it straight away.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you again what I do. I haven't told you yet. The product that we sell in store, I used to buy it from B&Q, and then we started stocking it.
Like Bravado?
Yeah, the Bravado series. They've got two products in the range. They've got a wide range. I stocked the two products for this little bastard. Yeah, so if you've got the problem, come and see us. I use a contact killer. Bam, 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 bam. What I get with me sprayer bottle, I use a proper good spray bottle. I don't use a fairy liquid bottle from underneath the sink. Crap, yeah. You need to get a power jet with I've got a 20-litre one, yeah, a little backpack, and it's just a belter, and I fucking give it to them when the lights are off, yeah. But then I give them a systemic as well at the same time, so that goes into the soil and that. And I'll do that probably once a week, yeah, and crack on as far in as I can, so I know that they're just gone. I'll be constantly monitoring it, and I'll be just paying a good attention to me environment and making sure that it's not perfect for what they like to live in.
Them little fuckers.
Little bastards.
Trips.
But, yeah, trips. So
no more questions, because that's it for this week. We're going to keep the live video on for a little bit longer than we are the podcast. So everyone that's listening
Hold on, Gary's saying something about Vidate here, and
I've used Vidate, but it's hard to get.
What is it? I don't know what it is, you know.
Never heard of Vidate.
Neither have I. Let me know, because I ate them little gets.
good listening on my commute. Keep up the good work. Nice one, Jonathan. Thank
It's
you.
right, nice one.
Oh, and Eric's got up there. Garden Culture, UK 13, ships next week.
Yeah.
If you haven't got it in the store, what have you got a store for?
And why are we doing that shout out, Steve? Because
I write for Garden Culture.
oh, Steve writes for Garden Culture.
I do like it. Is it?
And the magazine kicks ass as well, by the way.
It just happens to be.
It's a real magazine. It's our type of magazine. That's why we're affiliated. You know.
And if you're not advertising Garden Culture, start advertising Garden Culture. I mean, everyone
That's a free
reads it.
advert for you, dear Eric. We give you that one. You know why we give you that? Because it's a good magazine. And we'll say, I'm going to tell you something else. We say start advertising, but I know what Eric's like. He won't just let them fake motherfuckers in there.
Yeah.
So
you can apply to advertise.
yeah,
and it's
you
up
can
to
apply
us.
to advertise.
Apply to
Whether you get
advertise.
in,
Because if you get in, then
you're in the gang.
you've done well. You're in our little gang.
Yeah.
Andrew Rowe, good job, guys. Big up. Glasses. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to end the podcast here. Keep the video running for a couple more seconds. End the podcast. If you're a bit confused because we did the live feed, it could sound a little bit confusing to the people that are just listening.
God knows I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Go on
I'm
to
just going with
NPK
it. Bang.
Live Facebook and you can watch the video there. You can actually watch us do the podcast.
For all you guys for listening on podcasts from all over the world, thank you very much for tuning in again to another episode of podcast with myself, Thomas.
And myself, Stephen. And we will be back next week.
Yeah, boom.
Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.